All right, so the left continues to claim that Republicans are misleading the public on where Democrats stand on the life issue by saying that they support abortion up until birth. Well, last month, former White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki was called out for her claim that no one supports abortion up until birth, a claim that she has doubled down on. But when asked, Democrats refuse to say where they will draw the line on abortion, instead pointing to Roe v. Wade as their gold standard.
Out in New Mexico, for example, the governor there says it shouldn't be nailed down to a week because it should be a private matter between a woman and her doctor. There shouldn't be a precise number put on that. Is that what you believe as well?
I believe that we should put the protections of Roe v. Wade into law, and the way that will happen is if we have a United States Congress who, regardless of their personal view for themselves or their family, would agree that the women of America should be trusted to make decisions about their life and their body based on what they know to be in their best interest. It's that simple.
Well, if it's that simple, why don't you answer the question? It's because they are lying. Joining me now to shed some light on this lie is Meg Kilgannon, Senior Fellow for Education Studies here at the Family Research Council. She served in the U.S. Department of Education during the Trump administration. All right, were those words too harsh?
I think that's pretty accurate.
Well, look, she says we're not doing anything new here. Mm-hmm. We're simply going back to what we had before Roe. That's not true.
Right. Well, she was doing a lot of work in that clip, right? She's giving out all of the Christian Catholic politicians who are personally pro-life, right, the right to vote pro-choice, right? And then she's talking about codifying Roe, or not codifying Roe, just going back to the protections. I mean, she's not even really committing to codifying Roe, right?
But we know that's what they want because they've introduced the Women's Health Protection Act. Nancy Pelosi put it in. That's what they want, and they're saying, well, we're just going to put Roe into law, but it goes much further than that.
The Women's Health Protection Act does go much further than that. And I think that they are hitting on a nerve because America is trained to sort of be comfortable with Roe in general terms. The pro-choice right. community is, right? And so when they keep going back to that language around Roe, it allows them to be completely vague and supportive of a woman's right to whatever, when we need to be more specific.
Well, she's a lawyer. She knows that words matter. Actually, what we had before the Dobbs case is that we didn't have just Roe. We had Planned Parenthood versus Casey, which limited Roe, or actually allowed states to limit Roe. But what they're proposing is actually going back to Roe, which leapfrogs over Casey and goes back to where you have a national all-out abortion policy up until birth.
Correct. And that's why she doesn't want to be specific about it, right? She's willing to talk about Roe in general terms because it polls well.
They don't know what it is.
Because people don't know what it is, right? They don't understand the gradual chipping away that the pro-life movement was so dedicatedly doing. And, you're for killing people or you're for not killing people.
If they do what she's proposing, the Women's Health Protection Act will make it more challenging to pass any type of law protecting the unborn. In fact, all of the state laws that are out there today would be nullified. Parental notification, ultrasound laws. I mean, some very basic stuff that people actually agree in, where you've got 70% agreement. Those would be gone.
Right. And important protections for women's health. I mean, abortion is very dangerous to women's health, in point of fact. And if it's going to happen, it needs to be very controlled. And so when they do something like the Women's Health Protection Act, they're rolling back all kinds of good regulations of this quote-unquote medical procedure that we really need for safety.
I want to go, I actually zeroed in this earlier about something that Senator Bennett said, and she does the same thing here. The vice president says, regardless of their personal view for themselves and their family, we would agree that the women of America should be trusted to make decisions about their life and their body based on what they know to be in their best interest. It's that simple. Would that include the COVID shot?
Well, it certainly doesn't include the vote for the female child in the womb, does it? Or the male child in the womb, right?
I mean, the duplicity and the hypocrisy here is stunning.
Well, that seems to be one of their major features these days.
So the reason they won't draw a line, I mean, we've got the pain-capable bill that Lindsey Graham has put forward, which when a baby feels pain in the womb, sucks its thumb, that's where the line would be drawn nationally. States can do more if they'd like, but at least there'd be a national threshold. Democrats will not say 25 weeks, 30 weeks. They won't give a week.
They won't commit. They won't commit to any limits on abortion, right? Which is the logical, the logic of Roe, right? Is no limit. No limit. So that does mean abortion until birth, right? Yeah. It absolutely does include late-term abortion for them. Otherwise, they would say, well, we don't think past this point.
But also, I think they realize they are vulnerable on this. That's why they don't want to be specific.
No, that's exactly right.
Because I mean, you've got 70% of the public, 65% of the public supportive of when a baby feels pain and draw the line there.
Sure. Yeah. And it would be great if it was even earlier than that.
Well, and the state should continue to do that, but at least having some threshold at the national level. But I'm with you. It should be from the moment of conception, in my view.
Right.
I've always advocated for that. Meg Kilgannon, always great to see you.
It's great to see you.